Prevent heart attacks and more with the 15 best heart-healthy foods. What if I told you that the biggest heart attack of your life might be silent? No chest pain, no shortness of breath, just one ordinary day. And then everything changes. That's how it happened to my uncle. At 63, he was still mowing his lawn, laughing with his grandkids and planning a trip to Yosemite. Then one morning, he fainted in the driveway. No warning, no second chance. That memory still grips me, and it's why this video exists. If you're over 60, your heart is likely whispering things you can't hear. Fatigue, irregular rhythms, stiff blood vessels. But here's the good news. Small choices still make a big difference. In this video, I'm walking you through 15 simple foods that can quietly protect your heart from the inside out. Not pill, not surgery, just real food, smart habits, and science-backed truths. And if you find even one thing today that speaks to you, please hit that subscribe button. It helps this message reach more seniors who deserve to live longer, stronger, and fuller lives. Because sometimes the food we choose is the future we choose. 1. The forgotten power of natural salt, sea salt, not table salt. Most seniors I talk to believe they need to fear salt like poison. After all, doctors have repeated it for decades. Cut back on salt or risk high blood pressure. But here's the truth they rarely mention. Not all salt is created equal. You see, our bodies need salt, real salt, the kind that comes from the earth or sea, rich in natural minerals like magnesium, potassium, and trace elements, the kind your ancestors consumed before salt was bleached, refined, and turned into the white table salt we see today. A 2017 study published in The Lancet followed over 130,000 people across 49 countries. They found something astonishing: people with moderate sodium intake had significantly lower heart disease risk compared to those with very low sodium intake. Yes, too little salt can be dangerous, especially for older adults. Let's break this down simply. Table salt. NaCl is stripped of natural minerals and often contains additives like anti-caking agents. Sea salt and Himalayan salt retain dozens of trace minerals that support nerve function, hydration, and muscle contractions, including your heart muscle. Potassium-rich salts can help balance the effects of sodium and support blood pressure regulation. And here's the link to what's next. These minerals, especially potassium and magnesium, are vital for maintaining electrical rhythms in the heart. That's why the next food we explore is packed with both, and comes in the form of something as comforting as a warm cup of tea. 2. Green tea rituals: a calm heart in a cup. After understanding how essential minerals like magnesium and potassium support the heart's rhythm, it's only natural to explore a daily habit that quietly delivers both while calming the nerves and reducing inflammation. That habit is as simple as a warm cup of green tea. Green tea has been cherished for centuries, not just in Asia but across the world, for its healing properties. But it's only in recent decades that science has caught up with tradition. The compounds found in green tea, especially catechins and polyphenols, have shown remarkable effects on cardiovascular health. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2011 analyzed 13 studies with over 136,000 participants. The result? People who drank 3 or more cups of green tea daily had a 26% lower risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who drank little or none. Here's how green tea nurtures the aging heart. Rich in antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress. One of the root causes of atherosclerosis. It helps lower LDL cholesterol while preserving HDL, the good cholesterol. Contains natural compounds that improve blood vessel flexibility and reduce systolic blood pressure. Sonarfarinum promotes fat oxidation and weight balance, which indirectly lightens the burden on the heart. What's more, green tea contains L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes calmness without drowsiness. For seniors dealing with stress, anxiety, or poor sleep, this is a quiet ally. If sea salt supports the structure of your heart function, green tea supports the rhythm and resilience. And that brings us to the next food, one that's less of a beverage and more of a golden oil, with centuries of heart-healing tradition. 3. Olive oil liquid gold for aging arteries. After learning how green tea soothes the heart's rhythm, it's time to talk about something that strengthens the very walls of your arteries. It's not found in a pill bottle, but in your kitchen cabinet olive oil. For centuries, people living around the Mediterranean have enjoyed lower rates of heart disease. They walk more, stress less, and most importantly, they consume a diet rich in extra virgin olive oil. This oil isn't just tasty, it's therapeutic. It delivers a potent blend of monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that shield the heart from inflammation and oxidative damage. One study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 7,400 participants for nearly 5 years. Those on a Mediterranean diet supplemented with extra virgin olive oil had a 30% lower risk of major cardiovascular events. That's not a small benefit, it's life-changing. Let's look at why olive oil should be part of every senior's daily heart ritual. Contains oleic acid, a healthy fat that reduces LDL cholesterol without affecting HDL. Cerulean, packed with polyphenols that reduce inflammation in blood vessels. Helps lower blood pressure naturally by improving arterial flexibility. Enhances absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K critical for aging bodies. But here's the part many get wrong. Heating olive oil too much destroys its healing compounds. So instead of frying with it, use it raw, drizzle it over vegetables, stir it into soups after cooking, or mix it into salad dressings. We've talked about minerals and sea salt. We've calmed the nerves with green tea. Now, with olive oil, we begin reinforcing the walls of the cardiovascular system itself. And next, we'll look at a small but mighty food that clears the blood and protects the vessels like a silent warrior. 4. Garlic for the heart, nature's vascular defender. If olive oil is the shield for your arteries, then garlic is the sword, small, humble, and often overlooked. Garlic has been used for thousands of years not just to flavor food, but to protect hearts. Modern science has now confirmed what ancient healers instinctively knew. Garlic, especially in its aged extract form, contains powerful sulfur compounds like allicin that act as natural medicine for the heart. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2016 found that taking aged garlic extract daily for 1 year significantly slowed the progression of arterial plaque in patients with metabolic syndrome. Another study revealed that garlic supplementation reduced both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in people with hypertension by an average of 8.4 mmHg and 7.3 mmHg, respectively. Here's why garlic deserves a daily spot on your plate or in your supplement tray. Reduces LDL cholesterol while slightly raising HDL. Prevents buildup of arterial plaque, lowering the risk of stroke and heart attack. Enhances nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Acts as a natural blood thinner, reducing clot formation in older adults. The beauty of garlic is its versatility. You can crush it into your sautéed vegetables, blend it into soups, or roast it whole for a sweeter, milder flavor. For those who struggle with digestive sensitivity, aged garlic extract is a gentle alternative with strong clinical backing. We've talked about olive oil, something liquid and rich. Now with garlic, we introduce sharpness and cleansing. And next, we'll discover 2 tiny seeds that deliver massive cardiovascular benefits, perfect for your morning smoothie or evening pudding. 5. Chia and flax seeds, tiny seeds, tremendous impact. After the bold, cleansing power of garlic, it's time to soften our approach with something gentle yet deeply nourishing seeds. Specifically, chia and flax seeds, 2 of nature's smallest foods with some of the biggest benefits for aging hearts. At first glance, they may seem like nothing more than toppings for trendy smoothies. But dig deeper, and you'll discover these seeds are rich in alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid proven to support cardiovascular health. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people with higher ALA intake had a 10% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Another research paper in Hypertension Journal found that daily flaxseed consumption reduced systolic blood pressure by 10 myoinic chakras in people with hypertension, a result comparable to some prescription medications. Here's how these tiny seeds contribute to a healthier heart. High in soluble fiber, which lowers LDL cholesterol and helps stabilize blood sugar. Anti-inflammatory properties that reduce artery damage and slow plaque formation. Forays support gut health, which in turn influences heart health through the gut-heart axis. Boost HDL, good cholesterol, while managing triglyceride levels. One of the easiest ways to include these in your routine is to sprinkle a tablespoon of ground flaxseed into oatmeal or yogurt. Soak chia seeds in almond milk overnight for a pudding rich in omega-3s. Some mix them into whole grain muffin or pancake batters for a subtle crunch and fiber boost. The key is to use ground flaxseed rather than whole, which can pass through the digestive system untouched. And always store both seeds in the refrigerator to keep their oils from going rancid. From the fire of garlic to the quiet strength of chia and flax, we now shift to a more substantial snack nuts. Next, and we'll look at almonds and walnuts, two powerhouse foods that combine healthy fats, plant protein, and critical minerals for optimal heart function. Some almonds and walnuts, the crunch that heals. After chia and flax offer their subtle strength, let's talk about foods with a little crunch and a big impact. Nuts like almonds and walnuts are more than snacks. They're nutritional powerhouses packed with healthy fats, plant-based protein, and heart-protective minerals that aging bodies often lack. What makes them exceptional is their unique combination of magnesium, vitamin E, fiber, and omega-3 fatty acids. These nutrients work in harmony to reduce inflammation, improve cholesterol balance, and stabilize blood pressure. In a randomized clinical trial published in Circulation, participants who consumed walnuts daily for 6 weeks experienced a 10% reduction in LDL cholesterol and a measurable improvement in blood vessel function. Another study from the British Journal of Nutrition found that eating just 43 grams of almonds daily helped lower belly fat and improve lipid profiles in adults with elevated cholesterol. Here's what nuts bring to your heart health journey. Magnesium supports proper heart rhythm and prevents arterial stiffness. Omega-3s in walnuts help reduce systemic inflammation and protect against arrhythmias. Almonds provide vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects blood vessels. Both nuts increase HDL and support weight balance, critical for heart disease prevention. But not all nuts are created equal. It's important to choose raw or dry roasted versions without added sugar or unhealthy oils. Avoid heavily salted or candy-coated varieties, which can undo their benefits. A handful a day is often all you need. Enjoy them as a snack, toss them on a salad, or blend them into homemade trail mix with dried fruits and seeds. From the softness of soaked chia to the crunch of almonds and walnuts, we've moved from gentle protection to active repair. And now we turn to foods that are not just heart-friendly, but intensely colorful and antioxidant-rich berries and tomatoes. These vibrant options aren't just pretty. They fight free radicals, inflammation, and arterial aging from the inside out. Shred 7. Berries and tomatoes, colorful shields against inflammation. From the crunch of nuts, we now turn to foods that speak in color, vibrant reds, purples, and blues. Berries and tomatoes are more than beautiful. They are rich in antioxidants that directly combat heart damage caused by aging, inflammation, and oxidative stress. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a compound linked to lower risk of heart attacks and strokes. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher lycopene levels had 30% fewer cardiovascular events. Berries like blueberries and strawberries contain anthocyanins, which strengthen blood vessels and reduce blood pressure. In a Harvard study with over 93,000 women, those who ate berries 3 times a week had a 32% lower risk of heart attack. Why they belong in your weekly plan? Lycopene improves blood vessel flexibility and lowers blood pressure. Anthocyanins fight inflammation and reduce arterial stiffness. High fiber content helps manage cholesterol. Low glycemic index makes them safe for blood sugar levels. Add fresh berries to oatmeal or yogurt. Slice tomatoes with olive oil and sea salt for a heart-smart snack. As we leave the garden, we now step into the world of grains foods that, when chosen wisely, offer steady energy and fiber to keep the heart strong without spiking blood sugar. 8. Whole grains, fueling the heart without the sugar spike. After berries and tomatoes deliver antioxidants, whole grains offer the steady energy your heart needs. Not all carbs are bad. Whole grains provide fiber, B vitamins, and minerals that support healthy arteries. A study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that adults who ate whole grains daily had a 22% lower risk of heart disease death. Here's why they work. Rich in soluble fiber that lowers LDL cholesterol. Helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Contain magnesium and selenium essential for heart function. Choose wisely: oats, brown rice, quinoa, and sprouted whole grain bread are best. Avoid white bread, sugary cereals, and processed crackers. Pair whole grains with healthy fats like olive oil or seeds to slow digestion and boost absorption. As we finish with fiber-rich foods, let's move to the most powerful protector of them all: omega-3 rich fish and fish oil. 9. Fatty fish and fish oil, the heart's strongest ally. We end with the most powerful food for heart health: fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, which reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, and protect against arrhythmias. A major study in Circulation found that eating fish twice a week lowered heart disease risk by 36%. For those who don't eat enough fish oil supplements offer similar benefits when taken consistently. Why omega-3s matter: lower blood pressure and resting heart rate, improve blood vessel function, reduce risk of plaque buildup and sudden cardiac death. Best ways to get them: eat grilled or baked salmon twice a week. Sunum. Choose high-quality fish oil supplements with third-party purity testing. As we've seen, your heart doesn't need extreme diets, just smart, simple foods eaten with care. Fan 10. Fatty fish omega-3s that heal the heart. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are top sources of EPA and DHA omega-3s that lower triglycerides and prevent arrhythmias. The American Heart Association recommends eating fish twice a week. A study in Circulation showed omega-3s reduce sudden cardiac death by 45%. Key effects: lower triglycerides. Improve blood vessel health. Reduce inflammation and clotting. Don't like fish? Consider purified fish oil supplements. Up next, one last surprise: chocolate. Fan 11. Dark chocolate, a sweet ally for arteries. Dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher, contains flavonoids, which improve blood flow and reduce blood pressure. A study in BMJ showed moderate chocolate intake reduces heart disease risk by 37%. Choose dark, low-sugar varieties and limit to under 1 oz daily. Benefits: increases nitric oxide. Fights inflammation. Ikram. Supports vessel flexibility. From sweet to savory, we move to legumes. Fan 12. Beans, fiber-rich warriors. Beans are full of soluble fiber, which lowers LDL cholesterol and stabilizes blood sugar. One study found eating beans 4 times per week reduced heart disease risk by 22%. Great options include black beans, lentils, and pinto beans. Why they matter: reduce cholesterol, improve blood sugar control, provide plant-based protein. Next up, nature's creamy heart protector: avocados. Fan 13. Avocados, creamy protection for the heart. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats and potassium, both critical for heart health. A study in JAMA found that eating 1 avocado daily reduced LDL cholesterol and improved overall heart function. Health perks: lowers LDL and small, dense particles. Provides nearly 1,000 of potassium per fruit. inferior, supports blood pressure balance. Enjoy in toast, salads, or smoothies. Let's wrap up with two final foods hydrating and mineral rich. Fen 14 Coconut Water Electrolyte Boost from Nature. Coconut water is rich in potassium and magnesium, key for heart rhythm and hydration. Studies show it can reduce systolic blood pressure by 5 points in people with mild hypertension. Use as a low-sugar drink alternative benefits. Replenishes electrolytes. Reduces blood pressure. Supports muscle and heart function. Now it's the final heart hero, sea salt, revisited. Fan 15, a second look at sea salt balance matters. Ending where we began, real sea salt, not refined table salt. Moderate intake helps maintain fluid balance, nerve function, and blood pressure. One global study in The Lancet confirmed that too little salt can raise stroke risk in seniors' benefits, supports hydration and electrical impulses. Works with potassium to stabilize pressure. Provides trace minerals not found in refined salt. Use mindfully, just enough, never too much. Now, let's close with hope, action, and heart. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need to count every calorie or live on bland salads, but you do need to choose intentionally, consistently, and with love for your future self. Every single food we've talked about today holds quiet power, not because it's trendy, but because it speaks to the root causes of heart disease, inflammation, poor circulation, blood pressure imbalance, and nutrient deficiency. From sea salt to fatty fish, from garlic to berries, these are not just items on a grocery list. They're tools. They're allies. They are your body's daily armor against the slow wear and tear of time. If you're over 60, you've likely faced health fears, maybe even loss. But this is your second act, and it can be your strongest. One small plate, one better snack, one morning tea. Let's not wait for a scare to start caring for our hearts. Let's live today like our tomorrows depend on it, because they do. If this video helped you, leave a comment and tell me which food you'll start with. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now for more tools to live longer, stronger, and more fully on your own terms. Your heart is still listening. Feed it well.